A couple of weeks ago, the Artimus Pyle Band played in a nearby town about 30 minutes away. This video will probably end up as more a video blog of my family and our experience than a critique of the actual music. So if my family will bore you, the quick review is, if you're a fan of Lynyrd Skynyrd and you have a chance to see the Artimus Pyle Band, you should absolutely go. They are awesome. My name is Mark. This is the Music Rundown. Artimus Pyle joined Lynyrd Skynyrd as the drummer in January of 1975. From 75 until the fall of 77, he toured with the band, played drums on 3 studio albums, Nothing Fancy, Gimme Back My Bullets, and Street Survivors. Artimus was on the plane and survived the October 20, 1977 crash that claimed the lives of Ronnie Vanzant, Steve Gaines, Cassie Gaines, Dean Kilpatrick, and the 2 pilots, Walter McCreary and John Gray. Artimus was part of reforming Skynyrd 10 years later and played drums for the band from 87 until 1991, when he left due to what he claimed were continued issues with drugs and alcohol within the band. I consider that private band stuff and not really what I want to talk about. So we'll just move on. Artimus formed the Artimus Pyle Band and tours the country with the show entitled Honoring the Music of Ronnie Vanzant's Lynyrd Skynyrd. My guess is, in addition to paying homage to Ronnie Vanzant, there might be some kind of legal requirement being fulfilled by the name here, and the details of that are probably, again, private band stuff. Now, it goes without saying I'm a huge fan of the Vanzant family. Donnie founded my favorite band of all time, 38 Special. Ronnie founded Lynyrd Skynyrd, and youngest brother Johnny would start as a solo artist and eventually be the lead singer for Lynyrd Skynyrd when they reform in 1987. Side note, Johnny Vanzant's 1985 solo album, simply entitled Vanzant, is a fantastic album. I absolutely love it. That album was a staple in my car's cassette player, and 4 of the tracks from that album are still on my phone playlist today. That sounds like an idea for another video, but let's get back to this one. Johnny currently fronts the band touring as Lynyrd Skynyrd. Unfortunately, that band has no original members since Gary Rossington passed away in March of 2023. Ricky Medlock is as close as it gets there, and his early involvement would be short as he would rejoin Blackfoot. I saw this current Lynyrd Skynyrd lineup back in August of 2023. It was the Sharp Dressed Simple Man tour with ZZ Top. I was totally blown away. It was a spectacular night. Skynyrd actually went first, and when their set was over, my wife and I considered skipping ZZ Top and going home as we were already pretty spent. The venue claims a capacity of 28,000, and while over half of that is lawn seating, I'm pretty sure the 11,000 reserved seats were sold out. Our trip to see the Artimus Pyle Band was at a much smaller venue. Way smaller venue. The LaPorte Civic Auditorium. I would be shocked to find out if attendance was more than 1,000 people. If I had to guess a number, it would be in the 600 or 700 range. A sharp contrast to the band using the Lynyrd Skynyrd name. Again, I'm a huge fan, and I really like the fact that Johnny is fronting Lynyrd Skynyrd and that they're continuing on. I'm drawing this comparison not to criticize the main band or get into the discussion about how many original members you need, but rather voice my amazement that Artimus Pyle doesn't draw more people. I mean, it works for me. Seeing Artimus up close and being able to get right to the stage is an amazing experience. I took my grandkids to this show. I only hope that one day they might appreciate the gravity of the experience of meeting someone like Artimus and seeing him play when they reflect on it later in life. This venue sold floor seats in tables of 10. I was skeptical of this at first, as the web form was just a product item for a full table of 10, and no location or other information or seating map was offered. Since I was going to go no matter what, I bought a table of 10, not knowing if it would be just my wife and I or if we would find others to go. Turns out I have lots of family that wanted to go. Here's our table of 10, and also a look at the venue and some indication of the light attendance. The show itself is straightforward. When it started, we left our assigned table and walked up to the stage.
Hey everybody, it's Billy Bob Thornton. Please welcome the amazing Artimus Pyle Band.
The set list is basically Lynyrd Skynyrd's greatest hits. That Smell, Gimme 3 Steps, What's Your Name, Simple Man, Sweet Home Alabama, and of course, the undisputed champion of concert finales, Freebird. They do play one Artimus Pyle Band original called Street Survivors. This tune was written as the title track for a movie of the same name. The movie is the story of the plane crash from Pyle's perspective. It was produced in 2017, but lawsuits and legal stuff delayed the release for 3 years. Yet again, private band stuff. The movie is available on streaming services if you want to see it. The show is strong, the band is tight, and very true to the original Lynyrd Skynyrd arrangements. The Artimus Pyle Band features 2 guitar players, Scott and Jerry, where Lynyrd Skynyrd actually has 3. The result is some subtle nuances may be missing, but Scott and Jerry are both seasoned players and do a spectacular job recreating the guitar army. One example is during the tune On the Hunt, Scott and Jerry double up and play both the rhythm parts and the lead licks, where Skynyrd would have 2 rhythm guitars and 1 lead playing just the licks. The result is some fast dancing on the fretboard, but these guys pull it off and they make it look pretty easy. Scott has a YouTube channel where he gives some instruction on playing Skynyrd songs, and one of those is On the Hunt. I'll put that link down in the description, and you can see Scott explain how they combine those rhythm parts with the lead licks. The final number, as you can guess, 10 minutes of Freebird, preceded by a heartfelt intro from Jerry. Let's watch that intro together now.
He's been on roughly 40 million records sold worldwide, and in 2006 he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as the drummer of Ronnie Vanzant's Lynyrd Skynyrd. Yeah! He's a true survivor. He survived that 1977 October 20 plane crash. Several tragedies since then. He keeps going. The guy, and he doesn't mind me telling you this, so don't think I'm a jerk for doing it. In July, he turned 77 years old. He still plays the drums night after night after night like he was 27 years old. I didn't realize how old he was until he crawled on the bus this weekend carrying an autographed copy of the Bible. No? Back on the drums, the last surviving member of the classic Leonard Skinner Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band, Mr. Artimus Pyle. Thank y'all again so much. We're going to send this song out to all of you folks out here tonight, and to everyone that you wish could be with you.
As if the show wasn't great enough, the bonus comes after the show. About 20 minutes after the show ends, the band, including Artimus, come out to the merch stand for a fan meet and greet. No charge, and anyone who is willing to stay is welcome. Now, I've done a lot of band meet and greets over the years, including Lynyrd Skynyrd at that show back in 2023. The meet and greets are not all created equal. I should make a video about this very topic. Many times, meet and greets are very fast. I would say most of the time they're too fast. They're usually run by a handler whose sole task is to keep the line moving and get everyone through as fast as possible. Sometimes you barely have time to say hello. You just walk up, shake a few hands, pose for a photo, say thank you, and move along. Many times no autographs are allowed. I understand that this is how it has to be, and probably the only way a band can do a meet and greet photo op thing and not have it take all day. The Artimus Pyle Band meet and greets are the exact polar opposite. These guys are friendly, engaging, and patient with their time. Artimus himself is so talkative and friendly, he's like your best friend the moment you meet him. You might think he would grow tired of answering the same old questions and hearing the same old stories from fans who seem to think they might be the only ones to have seen him play back in the 70s. But no, Artimus seems to truly enjoy chatting with fans, and there doesn't seem to be any time pressure to move on or get through the line, just the occasional break for him to take a sip of his drink. I brought a couple of my grandkids to the show. Mason and Gavin are 14 and 11. I bought them both drum heads from the merch stand for Artimus to sign, and Gavin is a young guitar player, so he brought a guitar for the band to sign. Artimus and the other members of the band seem to really enjoy chatting with Mason and Gavin. Both are budding young musicians, Mason playing drums and Gavin playing the guitar. When Artimus found out Mason was a young drummer, he spent more than a couple of minutes teaching Mason how to do the drumstick twirl. He demonstrated a couple times, then patiently helped Mason do it himself. I just happen to have some video of that, so let's watch that now.
Nice. See, that's a real twirl. This is a fake twirl. That's how you travel with fake twirl.
Both Gavin and Mason seemed pretty excited to visit with the members of the band, who really treated them boys like royalty. They even gave them some insights into being a band on the road, and I'll let that stay between them as fellow musicians. When my wife first approaches Artimus, he adjusts her hair a bit, not sure if I should feel threatened here. She starts pointing out the members of our family. When Artimus found out we had a large family present with 4 generations, He insisted on coming out from behind the table and taking a big family photo. What can I say? Truly generous with his time. Next is my turn. I brought a guitar for the band to sign, a Gibson SG Standard 61 reissue. I see Brad first. Initially, he was a little apprehensive about signing my guitar. He said something like, "That's a real Gibson. I don't think I can write on that." I do my very best to reassure him I want the band to sign the guitar, and my intention is to hang it on the wall. I ask Scott to come over and sign it, and Brad finally agrees if Scott signs the guitar, he will too. When it's my time to talk with Artimus, I ask him to sign the front and then scribe a line from the song Simple Man on the back. Troubles will come and they will pass. For me, collecting autographed guitars is more than just a showpiece. I want them to mean something, so hopefully they will mean something to my grandkids when the time comes to pass them on. This line from Simple Man is a reminder to me that life is full of ups and downs and not to give up when things might look bleak. Let's take a look at this guitar. I don't know how it's going to work in the camera, but let's see. There is signatures on the front. And then on the back, we have, the camera mirror thing is tripping me up. There we go. Troubles will come and they will pass. Lyrics by RVZ, Ronnie Vanzant. All right. If you're a fan of Lynyrd Skynyrd, you really owe it to yourself to go see the Artimus Pyle Band. Scott and Jerry on guitars, Brad on the keyboards, Jeff on the bass, and the legendary Hall of Fame member Artimus Pyle on drums. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, if you're still here, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to help me grow the channel. My name is Mark, and this is the Music Rundown. I will see you at the show.